Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to solve Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper 2 Extended in a session October-November 2024 Paper 2-3. So let's start with the first question. Question number 1, from the list of numbers, write down number a cube number. Okay, so what is 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68 and 69. Okay, the cubic number is, we can see 4 cube is 64, I guess. Yes, 4 cube is 64. So 64 is a cubic number. Let me double check. 4 to the power 3. Yes. Part B, a prime number. So the prime number is a number that has only two factors, number 1 and that number itself. 61 is a prime number. 62 is not a prime number. 63 is not a prime number. Not 65, not 66. 67 is a prime number. Not 68 and not even 69. Question number 2, a train's journey starts at 23:30 and finishes at 7:15 the next day. Find the time taken for this journey. It's a 1-mark question, so you can use a calculator since calculator is allowed in 2024. Let me show you guys from the instruction that you should use a calculator where appropriate. Okay, so the time taken for the journey. All right, so from 07:15 you have to subtract 23:30. This much time it will take. Sorry, this is 7:15 in the morning. So if we can convert 23:30 into 12-hour clock, so 23 is basically 11:30 p.m. at night, right? The train journey start at night at 11:30 and it finishes at 7:15 a.m. in the morning, right? So if we can say from 11:30 till 12 a.m., the time is only 30 minutes, right? So from 12 a.m. till 7:15 a.m., the total time is 7 hours and 15 minutes. And if I can add up these two times, so it becomes 7 hours and 45 minutes. The train journey is 7 hours and 45 minutes, so no need to use a calculator for that question. We might need a calculator in the rest of the questions. All right, question number 3, you have to simplify. Okay, 3p minus p minus t minus 4t. So 3p minus p becomes 2p and this is minus 5t. 2p minus 5t. Question number 4, the scale drawing shows a position of town K and town L. The scale is 1 centimeter represent 10 kilometer. Okay, the K and L, the north line is drawn. Part A, find the actual distance between the town K and town L in terms of kilometers. Okay, let me use a scale for this, a ruler, and find out the actual distance in terms of centimeters. Okay, so this is in centimeters. You can see this is from 0 till 8.5. So 8.5 centimeters. We have to convert it into according to that scale. 1 centimeter is 10 kilometer. What is 8.5 centimeter? This is 8.5 times by 10 kilometer, which is 85 kilometers. So its distance in kilometer is 85. Part B, measure the bearing of town L from town K. Town L from town K means from the north line of town K till this L, you have to measure that bearing. All right, so let me use a protractor for this. And okay, it is better to measure the bearing from this point. The straight, yeah, starting from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40 up to so on, right? is exactly on that point. Okay. So this becomes 60 and this is 65. You can see in the middle of 60 and 70. So that bearing is 65 degrees. Or we can write down the bearing in 3 digits. So 0, 6, 5. Question number 5. Each student in a class of 20 students records the number of coins in their pockets. The table shows the results, the number of coins, and the frequency. Part A, find the median. Okay. Median is basically the middle value, right? So the total is 20. So you have to take a half of 20, that is 10th. So we have to find the 10th value when the frequency is 10. Here the frequency is 3. 3 plus 1 makes 4. No, not the median is 1. 4 plus 7 is 11. So the median lies in the range of 2. So that is equals to 2. I hope you understand how I got the median. So you have median is half of that, right? Middle value. So half of the total, which is 10th value. So from starting from the first frequency, you have to keep adding. When you get the 10 or a number more than 10, that would be the median. When it is less than 10, that is not a median. So in 3, you add 1, it's 4. So 1 is not going to be the median because 4, we need to find the 10th or more than 10th value. In 4, adding 7 makes 11. So that would be the median. Okay. Part B, calculate the mean. Okay, mean is equals to sum of fx divided by the total. This is f and this is x. What is fx? The product. 3 times 0 is 0, 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 7 is 14, 3 times 8 is 24, 4 times 0 is 0, 5 times 0 is 0, 6 times 1 is 6. Okay, calculate the mean now. So 0, 1, 14, 24, 0, 0 and 6. So it is 1 plus 14 plus 24 plus 6. And you have to divide it by the total are 20 students. Okay, let me simplify that. So 1 plus 14 plus 24 plus 6 divided by 20. That is 2.25. That is the mean. Question number 6. The diagram shows 3 lines meeting at a point. Okay. Find the value of this W. Okay. So as we know that angles add up at a point is 360 degree. This angle is 90 degree. This is 80. What is that angle? So the sum of 90, the sum of 80 and the sum of W, this is equals to 360. So W would be 360 minus 80 and minus 90. 360 subtract 90 subtract 80. This is 190 degrees. Question number 7, solve this equation. Okay, shifting the h term over here. So we have 5h, it becomes positive, negative h equals to 3 and shifting the 7 becomes negative. This is 4h and from 7 take away 3, this is negative 1, negative 4, sorry. So what is h? Negative 4 over 4, that is equals to negative 1. Question number 8, Sasha buy B books and M magazines. The cost of each book is 12 and the cost of each magazine is $5. Write an expression in terms of B and M for the total cost of the books and the magazines. It is simple. So cost of one book is $12. So the cost of B books is 12B, right? Same, the cost of one magazine is $5. So the cost of M magazines, that becomes 5 times M dollars. So the total cost is a sum of 12B and 5M. So this would be the equation, 12B plus 5M. Question number 9, find the size of an interior angle of a regular 15-sided polygon. So the formula for measure of each interior angle of a regular polygon is number of sides minus 2 times it by 180 divided by the number of sides. Since the number of sides are 15, so 15 take away 2 over 15 and times it by 180. From 15, if you take away 2, it becomes 13 times 180 and divided by 15, which is 156 . That is the each interior angle of 15-sided regular polygon. Question number 10, without using calculator, you have to work out. You must solve your working give as a fraction in its simplest form. Okay. So the first step, 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 1 makes 9 out of 4. Subtract 12 times 1 is 12. In 12, add 11, which is 23 out of 12. Okay, you have to make the same denominator. So 12 is a common denominator. 4 times 3 makes 12. So times it by 3. 3 times 9 is 27 and 3 times 4 is 12 minus 23 over 12. Now the denominators are same. So you can say 27 minus 23 over 12. From 27, take away 23. This is just 4 out of 12. In its simplest form, 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. So the answer is 1 over 3 in its simplest form. Question number 11, solve the simultaneous equations. Okay. So this is pretty simple. Just add them up. So q and plus 2q minus 2q is cancelled out. So 3p and p becomes 4p. And 7 plus 1 makes 8. And p is 4 times 2 is 8. So p is 2. So plug the p value into the first or second equation to get q. So 3 times p is 2 minus 2q equals to 7. So 6 minus 2q equals to 7. Okay. Now we have negative 2q equals to 7, take away 6. Negative 2q equals to 1 and q would be equals to 1 over minus 2. So that is negative 1 by 2 is the q. Question number 12, rearrange the formula to write x in terms of v and y. Okay, so it is a cube root, taking cube on both sides. So v cube equals to x over y. And y into v cube, this is your x. Or we can say v cube y, that is your x. Equation of x in terms of v and y. Question number 13, find the nth term of each sequence. So for a part, let me find out the common difference between the terms 13 and 21. 13 subtract 21, the difference is negative 8. And 5 subtract 13 is negative 8. Minus 3 and 5. Minus 3 minus 5 is negative 8. Minus 11 and minus 3. Minus 11 and the difference of minus 3. Yes, negative 8. So the first difference is constant. It means it is an arithmetic progression. Its nth term is a plus n minus 1 into d. A is the first term, which is 21. N minus 1 and d is the common difference, which is negative 8, right? So let me do a further simplification. So it is 21 plus n times 8 is minus 8 and negative times negative is positive 8. In 21, add 8 would be 29 minus 8 and that is the nth term for the first sequence. Okay, moving to part B. Let me figure out the nth term for that sequence. I don't think it has a common difference. Let me find out its common ratio. So what is common ratio? Dividing 5 and 2.5. 5 over 2.5. The second term dividing by the first term. 5 over 2.5, that is 2. And then 10 over 5. This is also 2. And the common ratio of 10 and 20, which is 20 over 10, that is also 2. The common ratio between 40 and 20, that is also 2. So it has a common ratio. When the ratio is common, that sequence is a geometric progression, and its nth term is a r to the power n minus 1. A is the first term, which is 2.5, right? R is the common ratio, which is 2 to the power of n minus 1. This answer is also correct. 2.5 into 2 to the power n minus 1, that is also okay. You will not lose any marks, but most of the student will comment in the comment section when I upload this video. I think I will receive the comments that this answer does not match with the marking scheme. Then how can we get the matched answer? Okay. So in order to get rid of this decimal number, so what we have to do, you have to multiply and dividing by 2, right? So what happened? So it is 2.5 multiplied by 2, multiplied with that number, and 2 to the power n minus 1, and this 2 to the power minus 1. 2.5 times by 2 is 5. 2.5 times by 2, yeah, that's 5. And here when the bases are same, we can add the powers. N minus 1 becomes minus 2. So 5 into 2 to the power n minus 2. Now the answer match with the marking scheme. But if you do not get this answer, this is also correct. Okay, I'm saying again. Question number 14, part A, B, C, and D lies on a circle. A, B, C, D. These points are lying on the circumference of a circle TAS. TAS is a tangent to the circle at point A. TAS, this is a tangent at point A. Okay, number 1, find the value of x and find the value of y. Okay, so here is x and here is y. Let's figure out the x first. So angle x is subtended by the arc A and B. So AB with this C. What else is subtended by AB with D? So both have the same angle. Angle x is also 41 degrees. Okay, let me explain you one more time. The angles subtended by the same arc are equal. So this angle x is subtended by the arc AB, right? And the arc AB, it is also subtended by this angle 41. So angles subtended by the same arc, those two angles are equal, right? Okay, now for angle Y. Y is subtended by the arc AD. Okay, or no, A and D. No other angle with AD. We are not using this theorem, right? So we can use alternate segment theorem, right? The alternate segment theorem says that the angle between the tangent and the chord, you can see this is a tangent, A and S is a tangent, and AD is a chord of a circle. The angle between the tangent and the chord is equals to the angle in the alternate segment. So y is equals to 37 degrees. Here I use alternate segment theorem. I hope you understand this. Now for part B, P, Q, and R lies on a circle, center at O, find the value of W. Okay, so we will get the value of W by 2 steps, right? So the first step I'm going to do is, we know that the angle at the, we are using the theorem for the the circle theorem, yes. If you remember the circle theorem, that the angle at the circumference of a circle is equals to 2 times of the angle at the center, right? So this angle P, Q, and R, and this angle, they are 2 times of 115. Angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference, but the restriction is both angles subtended by the same arc. You can see this angle 115 subtended by the arc PQ, and that angle is also subtended by PQ, the reflex angle basically. So what is that angle? 2 times 115, that angle is 230. And now use a concept of the whole circle is 360 degree. So 230 plus W is 360. 230 plus W is 360 degree. So what is W? W from 360 take away 230, right? 360 subtract answer, which is 130. So the W angle is 130 degrees. So two concept I'm using over here. The first concept is the angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference, but the restriction is they both subtended by the same arc. And the second concept is angle at the point is add up to 360. Question number 15. The box in the whisker diagram shows the information about the height of some plants. Number A, find the median height. Okay, the median is this line is always the median. Okay, so what is that height? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 28 centimeter is the median height. Part B, find the interquartile range of the heights. Interquartile range is the difference between the upper quartile and the lower quartile, right? Okay, so this becomes the upper quartile and this is the lower quartile. The upper quartile is this number, which is 53, and the lower quartile is this number, which is 20. So the interquartile range is a difference of the upper quartile and the lower quartile. From 53, take away 20 is 33 centimeter. Question number 16. Find the shortest distance. Calculate the shortest distance from C to AB, from C to the line AB. So keep in mind that the shortest distance is always the perpendicular distance. From C to the line AB, you have to draw the perpendicular, right? You know this angle, you know this side, right? So you can use this perpendicular distance we have to figure out, right? Okay. So we know this side AC, we know that angle A. So the angle front side is opposite and this is the hypotenuse of that right angle triangle. So we can use a trigonometric ratio of sine. Sine of 33.14 degrees is equals to the opposite over the hypotenuse, which is 17.2. The opposite is the perpendicular distance, right? So what is my opposite? Cross multiplied 17.2 times it by sine of 33.14 degrees. Let me simplify in degrees. Sine 33.14 and times it by 17.2. That is 9.4 centimeter. Question number 17. Simplify part A. Okay, so we have 18x to the power 18 over 3x to the power 3. 3 times 6 is 18. So it is 6 x to the power 18 x to the power negative 3. So this is 6 x to the power 18 take away 3, which is 6 x to the power 15. Okay. Now doing part B, which is 125, its whole power is 2 by 3, and y to the power 75, its whole power is 2 by 3. Okay, so 125, its power is 2 by 3, it's 25, right? And y to the power, okay, if I can simplify, 2 by 3 times it by 75, this is 50, y to the power is 50. Question number 18. Two mathematically similar solids have a volume. The heights of the smaller solid is this much. Calculate the height of the larger solid. Okay. So if I can say this is volume 1, this is volume 2. This is volume 2. We have to find the volume 1. Two mathematically similar solids have a volume. 81 is a volume for the larger one, we can say, and 24 is a volume of the smaller one. We have to find the height of the height of the larger one and the height of the smaller one, the two number I'm giving to the smaller one, right? Okay, so the height of the larger over the height of the smaller, its ratio cube equals to the volume of a larger over the volume of a smaller. Okay, so when two shapes are mathematically similar, the ratios of their volume is equals to the ratios of their height with the cube. If we're dealing with the areas, it becomes square. So h1 is a larger, we have to figure out. h2 is 4.8, its whole cube, and the volumes are 81 and 24. Okay, So we have h1 over 4.8 and this is 81 over 24. Cube root on both sides. I took the cube root and cube root. Cube and cube root is cancelled out. On the left side, 81 divided by 24 and the cube root of answer is 2 by 3. This is 3 by 2, sorry. Now h1 is 3 by 2 times 4.8. 4.8. 7.2 centimeter is the height of the larger solid. Question number 19. Y is inversely proportional to this. Y is inversely proportional to the square root of x plus 2. Y equals to some constant of proportionality times 1 over x root x plus 2. So y into root x plus 2, this is equals to the constant of proportionality k. When x is 2, y is 3. Let me solve for k. The k value is x is 2 and y is 3. 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. So k would be equals to 3. Root 4 is 2. So k would be equals to 3 into 2. So k equals to 6. Right, the k value 6. Now we have to find y in terms of x. So y equals to k6 into 1 over root of x plus 2. 6 over root x plus 2. This is y in terms of x. Question number 20. Solve this equation from 0 to 360. Okay. Tan x is negative 2. Now here the tangent is positive. So let's see, tangent is negative in which quadrant? I'm using the cast rule. C-A-S-T. Cos positive, all positive, sine positive, tangent is positive. So tangent is positive in first quadrant and in third quadrant. Tangent is negative in second and fourth quadrant. Here in first quadrant, the operation we are using is x. Here we do 180 minus x. Here we do 180 plus x. And here we do 360 degree minus x. Since the tangent here is negative, when the tangent is negative in the second and in the fourth quadrant, right? So now we can say tangent is negative in second and fourth quadrant. Okay, now let me figure this out. So now x would be equals to tangent inverse of 2. We are taking positive. It is in degrees, so your calculator must be in degrees, not in radians. Keep it in mind. Tangent inverse of 2 is 63.43. 63.4 degrees. Okay. Since tangent is negative in the second quadrant, you can say second quadrant, what is the value? And in the fourth quadrant, the tangent is negative. Let me figure out these two values. For the second quadrant, we can say, use this operation from 180 degree, subtract that x value 63.4 and 360, subtract 63.4. Okay. 180 take away 63.4, that is 116.6. And 360 take away 63.4, that is 296.6. These are the two solutions and they are in the given range from 0 to 360 degree. Question number 21. The Venn diagram shows the number of elements in each region. Part A, use set notation to describe the shaded region. Okay, so we have a set A, B, and C. So A is not shaded. Okay, so it becomes A complement, right? Because outer of A is shaded. And B and C both are shaded. So we can say B union C, the whole B and the whole C. So it becomes B union C. But not A is shaded. Its intersection with A complement. Yes. B union C and its intersection with A complement. Let me explain one more time. You can see B is shaded and C is shaded. So B and C union, B union C. Now A, the portion of set A which is in B and in C, it's not shaded, and the outer is also not shaded, and A is not shaded. So what is A complement? A complement is a region that is outside of A, other than A everything. So this union and take its intersection with A complement, that would be the shaded one. Part B, find the number of elements in A intersection B intersection C. Okay, A, B, and C. Okay. Now you can see A intersection B intersection C is this region. Intersection of A, it will include the B and include the C as well, right? All the three sets, A, B, and the C, yes. Okay, so there is only one element, but the marking scheme says 5. There must be a mistake. 5 is the element which is in the intersection of 3 set, but there is only one element. 5 is that element, but the total number of elements is just 1. Wait a second, I did the mistake here. Yeah. The question says the Venn diagram shows the number of elements in each region. So the number of element in the region A intersection B intersection C is 5. Yes, it is 5. They are number of elements. Okay, there are 5 elements. Question number 22, the diagram shows a cuboid with a diagonal PB. P to B. This is a diagonal of the cuboid. Okay. Calculate the angle between the diagonal PB and the base ABCD. The diagonal with the base A, B, C, and okay. So diagonal with the base. This angle we have to measure. So if you have a base A, B, C, D, it's a rectangular base. Let me join the diagonal A with C. So A, B, C, and D. It is a rectangle since it is a cuboid. So cuboid base is a rectangle. And if I can draw the base of the cuboid, which is a rectangle A, B, C, D, and make it more understandable. Okay, so this is a base A, B, C, and D. So if I connect the diagonal AC, okay, we have AB which is 15, we have B to C which is 5. Let me figure out what is AC. So since it is a right angle triangle, ABC is a right angle triangle, so we can find out AC by doing a Pythagoras theorem. AC square equals to 12 square plus 5 square. 12 square is 144 and 5 square is 25. Simplify 12 square, yes, 25. 169 is a square of 13. Take its square root, it's 13. So AC is a root of 169, that is equals to 13. So we have AC which is 13. Now this AC is 13. Okay. Okay, so we got the diagonal AC which is 13, and same the diagonal BD is also equals to 13 because the rectangle has the same diagonal. So B to D, this is also 13. BD is 13, right? So since BD is 13 and this is height which is PD, P to D, this and this, the same height which is 4. This is also 4 centimeter, and we have to measure that angle. Diagonal with the base, that angle, not this one, I'm sorry, this one angle we have to measure. So it is a right angle triangle. You can see we have angle, we have to measure the opposite and the adjacent, right? We have the opposite and adjacent. So we use a ratio for tangent. So we can say tangent of angle B is opposite is 4 and the adjacent is 13. So what is B? B would be tangent inverse of 4 over 13. Further simplification, 4 out of 13, tangent inverse of answer, 17.10 degrees. 17.1 degrees is that angle, is the angle between the diagonal PB and the base. Question number 23, write the standard form of a quadratic in the vertex form. Okay. So to convert the standard form of a quadratic equation into the vertex form, we have some steps. The first step is you have to take the coefficient of x square common from the first and the second term. Since here the coefficient of x square is just 1. So just take 1 common from the first term and the second term. And the third term is outside. Now the next step is complete the square inside the bracket. How can we complete the square? You have to take the coefficient of x and divide it by 2. That is 4. Take its square. That is equals to 16. Now add 16 and subtract 16 inside the bracket. And negative 7 is outside. Now this is x square plus 8x plus 16. The first three terms are combined. Negative 16 is outside and negative 7. Now this is x square and 16 is a square of 4. X square and 4 square and plus sign is the middle one. The middle term has a positive sign. This is x plus 4 whole square. And what is negative 16 and negative 7? Minus 16 minus 7 is minus 23. Minus 23. So this is in the form of x plus 4 whole square minus 23. You can see the a value is 4 and the b value is negative 23. Question number 24. A rectangle has an area of 150 meter square. Correct to the nearest square meter. 1 square meter. Right. The length of a rectangle is 22 meter. Correct to the nearest meter. It means 1 meter. Calculate the upper bound of the width of the rectangle. Okay. So correct to the nearest, it means 1 by 2, which is 0.5. So we have to add and subtract 0.5. Every time you have to divide that number by 2, right? Okay. So for area, finding out the upper and the lower bounds, 150 plus 0.5 and 150 minus 0.5. Same the thing we are doing for the length. The length is 22, add 0.5 and 22 subtract 0.5. Okay, so 150.5 and 150 minus 0.5 is 149.5. This is 22.5 and this is 21.5. All right. Since we have given the area, so area is length times width. So if area is length times width, we have to find out the width. What is the width? Width is area divided by the length, right? Area divided by the length. Width upper bound. It means the area upper bound and the length lower bound. Whenever we are dealing with the quotients in the division forms, upper and the lower bounds, upper bound, finding the upper bounds and quotient, the numerator should be upper and the denominator is lower. Finding the lower bounds and quotient, numerator is lower and the denominator is upper. Keep this in mind. Okay, the area upper bound is this and the length lower bound is this. Okay. It is 150.5 over 21.5. 150.5 divides 21.5, that is equals to 7. So 7 meter is the upper bound for the length width of that rectangle. Question number 25, you have to simplify this. Okay. So we have 3x minus 2. If I can take negative of y common, so 3x is left and negative of 2 is left. Just 1 is common from here. Here we have 1 minus y square is 1 plus y. Difference of square formula, I'm going to use 1 minus y. When you have a square minus b square is, the factors are a plus b and a minus b. So here the a value is 1 and the b value is y. Okay, so 3x minus 2 and 1 minus y. These are the two factors. 3x minus 2 and 1 minus y. over 1 plus y and 1 minus y. We can cancel the like factors. So the simplified answer is 3x minus 2 over 1 plus y. Question number 24. In diagram, OA is a vector A, O to A, and O to B, right? AK, A to K, and K to B is in the ratio of 2:1. Okay, 2 and 1, the total is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. So A to K is 2 by 3 of AB, and K to B, this K to this B is 1 over 3 of AB. And what is AB now? A to B is A to O and then O to B. AB, A to O is minus A and B. So keep this in mind that AB is B minus A. We will use this. Okay. Now the question says OK equals to OC. O to K and K to C both are equal. All right. Find AC in terms of A and B. A to C we have to find. So we need to figure out what is O to K first. What is OK? O to K. When you move O to K, you have to move O to B and then B to K. O to B is a vector B, and from B to K is opposite direction 1 by 3 of AB with a negative sign. 1 by 3 of AB, which is B minus A. Further simplification, this is B minus B over 3 minus minus plus A over 3. So the coefficient of B is 1 minus 1 by 3. So 1 minus 1 over 3 becomes 2 by 3. So the coefficient of A is 1 over 3A and the coefficient of B is 2 by 3B. This is my OK, and this OK is also equals to KC. Okay. K to C is same. Okay, now the question is find A to C. Okay, when you're moving A to C, you have to move A to K and then K to C. A to C. AK, KC. What is AK? 2 by 3 of AB, which is 2 by 3 of B minus A. And KC is same as OK, which is this number. A over 3 to B over 3. Let me open this. 2 by 3B minus 2 by 3A plus A over 3 plus 2 by 3B. Okay. Now the A coefficients are 2A, 1A, and the denominator is 3. So minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1 over 3A. And the B coefficients are 2 by 3, 2 by 3. 2 plus 2 is 4. So 4 over 3B. So AC is negative 1 over 3A plus 4 over 3B. So that was the last question of our paper. If you have any queries, please let me know in the comment section, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care.